Terry Allen, better known as TA. I mentioned he prepped at Iowa City West High School. He served at UNI as a head football coach from 1989 to 1996 after taking over from Earl Bruce. He guided the Panthers to 7 consecutive Gateway Football Conference championships. Here's a really neat stat, ladies and gentlemen. He was undefeated at home in conference play his entire UNI career. Undefeated in the Dome as a head coach. That's pretty impressive, you bet. He led teams to 7 straight trips to the 1AA playoffs, a 5-time Gateway Coach of the Year, a 2-time Regional Coach of the Year, and a 1996 finalist for National Coach of the Year. He played quarterback for the Panthers from 75 to 78. He's coached UNI greats that include Bryce Popp, Kenny Shedd, Diedrich Ward, Kurt Warner, James Jones, and Andre Allen. Popp and Warner, of course, went on to become NFL MVPs. I think the gentleman knew talent when he saw it.
This is the benchmark athletic department for a mid-major program. You know, I spent 23 years here, but then I was away from it. And it's very, very unique, okay, because obviously the success we've had on all of our programs, but the thing that makes this place special, and you alluded to that, was it's our people. The 4 F's that got me here: faith, football, friends, and family. Now, I am 62 years old. 31 years ago, a gentleman named Homer Larson baptized me at Nazareth Lutheran Church. And I promise you, 31 years ago, if he had not done that, I would not be here. So my faith is number one that got me to this point. Football, you mentioned it, Steve mentioned it. Heck, I had the opportunity, the pleasure of coaching, the best players in the country here at Northern Iowa. You know the list, but there's special ones out there. But I have to go back with that and tell you, he said the names better. I look at my teammates back there, Jim Pitlick that made it up here, Buck, all those guys. Would you guys stand if you play football together? Panthers, please, up, quick. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But here's what's special about being a graduate of Northern Iowa. Not this last summer, but the summer before. Lynn and I had the pleasure of joining Bill and Kim Salmon to go into Kurt Warner's induction in the National Football League Hall of Fame. And the day before we got there, I got a text. I got a text from Mike Hudnut. Mike Hudnut was an offensive lineman that played and protected Kurt Warner. Well, there was a group of those guys, and Patty was a part of that we were all staying in Cleveland. We got to ride the bus with the players and their children, but the funny thing about that, there were 4 guys that stood out on that bus. They were 4 of Kurt's 5 offensive linemen when he was playing at Northern Iowa. It was Mike Hudnut from Grinnell, John Lee from Mason City, DJ Mumma from Davenport, Iowa, and John Heron from Mount Pleasant. Is that us? Think about that. The offensive lineman that protected the National Football League inductee, and they all paid their own way and took their kids to once again stand behind and protect their quarterback. Family. I've been fortunate to have 3 knucklehead children that I'm extremely proud of. But last but not least, my wife Lynn. I spent 35 years as a college football coach, 22 of them as a head coach. You think it's easy to be a wife of that? God bless you, honey. I love you, and thanks. You're the light of my life. In closing, this is something that show the day that I got the job at UNI to become the head coach. We had the press conference in the morning and my father's funeral in the afternoon. And my dad was a coach. And we lost him 31 years ago, but when you have a father that's a coach, I know he's there, and I can say, Dad, proudest day of my life is to be a Hall of Famer at UNI. Thanks.